hours just reading. I haven't been able to do that in some time. It's been quite nice. I really did miss reading quite a bit. Like, I used to read all these other like books, which I mean, I have this one back here as well too. Highly effective people, not individuals. It's also a good book as well too. I've just been more on the fiction kick lately, you guys. It used to be all nonfiction, like self-help, psychology, sales. Lately I've just been kind of enjoying the fiction books, and instead of like sitting down and watching TV for like 18 hours or whatever it may be. It's not 18 hours, but binge watching a show on Netflix or whatever it is. I've found another book that I thoroughly enjoy, so I've been kind of watching or reading that lately, which has been nice. I recently had read Dune beforehand, and I read those, and then I read what was the other one? Mickey number 7 or Mickey 7 or something like that. That one was also good. And then I was kind of getting tired of just like listening or watching like YouTube videos, because I found this other guy to listen to, and I've been listening to like philosophy lectures first thing in the morning, which has been very pleasant for me personally. And then when I get home, like I watch some dude play Call of Duty Zombies because I guess nostalgia reasons and whatnot. I'm still kind of creating in a sense. Like, I've vlogged, I got a whole bunch of other footage that I'll most likely share as shorts, or maybe just Instagram posts or something like that. Still haven't got around to editing some of those. I usually like to do like a bulk edit from the month or something like that, instead of doing it every single week, and then I just have like 3 or 4 posts that I can post throughout the course of the month for the following month. So I'm kind of like a month behind with my posts that I do, but it's still fun nonetheless. And I was going to take a hike today too, but as soon as I started, dude, my legs were just shot from the other day when I did the Manitou Incline. And I was like, I'm just kind of feeling like reading, because we looked at some apartments yesterday. A buddy of mine and I'm like, if we could find a third one, it would make the rent so much better. And the place is like perfect. It'd be like $1,200 a month or something like that. With 2 is like $1,800. So it's cheaper for me personally, but it's more expensive for him. So we'll have to see where that ends up going. But yeah, I guess I just want to share, like, find something that you enjoy doing. And if nobody else wants to do it with you, like, go do it by yourself. Like, I mean, I came out into the woods, into the nature, kind of, 1, for change of scenery, and 2, I was like, I was going to go on the hike, like I was saying, and 3, it's more quiet out here. And I was like, I can just read out here in peace and just read chapter after chapter. There was a couple of times where, like, I was like, should I do one more? I was like, one more chapter. It's kind of like, I guess I see it as like, one more episode. We'll do one more episode. We'll do one more episode. It might not take as long as like a 45-minute show or whatever it may be, but it's like, I can do one more chapter. I got one more chapter. So that was pretty fun. Now I'm gonna go get some dinner with some family. Got about an hour, 45-minute ride back-ish or so, I'd say. So I'm gonna go do that. I probably will do this hike another day. This hike feels more like a biking, like a bike ride, mountain bike ride or something like that. So I'd rather do that personally. I just need to get my bike fixed, which I have not done. And I could have, like I said, just read at the house all day, but I wanted to have a little bit of change of scenery, because I don't get to get out of the house all the time. Like, I do, don't get me wrong, but also at the same time, like, I don't. Primarily because, like I'm gonna go into the office 3 days, and then the other 3 days or the other 2 days during the week I work from home. So like Saturday and Sundays, I always do my best to try and go somewhere. Just because I'm also like spending time at the gym Monday through Friday. So it's just these small little things that kind of make life a little bit more exciting for me personally. Plus, then I get to make some content, I get to vlog, I get some maybe peace and quiet or whatever it may be, and just kind of excited. I have another book that I'm wanting to read after I finish this one as well too. But dude, this book, bro, it's like so good. I believe they're having a movie come out. The book is called Project Hail Mary. It's basically based off of, the concept of it is, there's these, like, I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm going to do my best not to, but it's basically like there's a scientist that is roped in, not even roped, kind of roped in a little bit, because he wrote these theories that like all life didn't have, like could survive without water or something like that. So he wrote all these papers and all these people didn't believe him or anything like that. And then finally there's this like, it's a biome, it's a molecular structure. It's like a small, from what I can picture, like I see like a small little like black blob basically, that what it does in essence, let me see if I have service. I don't have service yet. What it does in essence, let me see, I need to check something really quick. 35 acres, this place is probably gonna be like 3.5 million or something like that, but I gotta check it real quick. So what it does in essence though is more or less, not even I guess more or less, what it does in essence, dude, I've said it like 5 times. What it does is it takes energy and then it stores it somewhere else, and then it just kind of like takes the sun's heat away from everything. Oh, this one's only, oh, but see, this isn't a very large place. It looks like just a shack in a sense. It looks nice, but it does literally just look like, I'll show you. Like this is the property. Like that's it for 850,000. I mean, you do get 35 acres. So I mean, that would be quite nice. That'd be very nice, but it is also, yeah, not the largest house. 850,000. Still a good place though. I had to check it. But yeah, it takes energy from like the sun, so it's basically depleting the sun's energy. So they send some dude out into space to like figure out what's going on, because there's one star in the solar system that doesn't have, that has like the molecules, they call them like AFGs or something like that, if I even said that right. I don't, that's what I'm calling them. If you read the book and you said something else, then by all means like say something else. But yeah, it's interesting to see, because they just send some guy out into space because one of the stars isn't affected by the AFGs or whatever it may be. That's what I'm calling them AFGs. It's not affected by the AFGs. I wanted to take a photo of this house too, just because, dude, it looks so nice, bro. I know it's kind of hidden, but I don't know if that's the best spot to take the photo. Oh, what's that one actually? Never mind. Hold on. Dude, that home. There we go. I think that's good. Yeah, that's nice. It's a nice house. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, it takes the heat and it goes into, it depletes the sun. So if like the sun's depleted, then basically all humans, like 50% of the population dies. So they send some guy out into space to be able to find the solution. And dude, the stuff that happens in it, it's so cool. Like it's such a cool idea with what people come up with and how they create these things. And I'm just like, I'm just inherently blown away by it, honestly. Like that's really all I can say is like, it's really cool with what people can come up with. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. But I like the book. It's really good. It's better than, like I said, I've been liking fiction books and having these different stories. It's kind of like watching TV, but like just, I feel like more, you get to create what you want to create the environment into. Obviously the book's going to give you certain layouts and ideas and plans and things like that, but like I'll see it probably different than how you see it, and this is what applies to like quite literally everything. Like I'll always see things slightly different than you see things. How I talk about them, you'll hear them in slightly different ways, but there's always going to be a common solution to it in a sense, I suppose. So I don't know, bro. I guess there's not really a point to this video other than me just maybe telling you to read a bit more or something like that. Then you get this view on the way back. Nice view. It's a fun spot. I hadn't came up this road beforehand, but we should be in the clear. yeah. Okay. I think that's all I have to say. Just go read this book. Read this book. Read this book. It's so good. Read it. Okay? Read Project Hail Mary. It's a great book. I haven't even finished it. I have like 100 pages left. I started it on fucking Thursday or something like that, I think. And it's Sunday. I was trying to read 100 pages like a day or whatever it was. It was kind of my thought. So when I read, I like to break down my books. And maybe this can help you as well too. Maybe I'll just make a shorter video around this. But like, if you made it to this point, then cool. When I read my books, I always like to read at least like within the first day of getting the book. I like to read at least 50, like a minimum of 50 pages or so. For me, that's just kind of like my number. Watch out, you guys, there's some birds in the road and I don't want to run them over. 50 pages has always been my number, and I try to read at least like 50 pages a day. Like that was my goal, or at least get as close to 50 pages per day. I think it takes me about 2 hours-ish or so to read 50 pages. I know, it's probably slow. It's like a page a minute or something like that. It's not even a page a minute. That's like a page every 2 minutes. It depends on the content that I'm reading. I used to time myself a lot when I was reading books to be like, how can I read faster? How can I just read more? And I just kind of haven't been doing that as much lately. But I think it was like a minute and a half or 2 minutes per page or something like that. But I was also reading more like dense material, where it was like more educational. It wasn't like fiction books. So I think that kind of delayed it. But I think it was about an hour, maybe 2 hours to read 50 pages or so. I have to go back to my notes. That's like, it's so slow, dude. But it's like, I guess I was thinking about it too, is I'm reading more for understanding, not for speed necessarily. I hope it's not too loud with the window down. It's just hot in here and I don't want to turn the AC on because I like mountain air. I like mountain air. So, yeah, reading, like, if you're gonna read more, say like, try to aim for 50 pages or 25 pages, like a number, or read for a chapter or whatever it may be. Like, that's always a chapter or two a day. It's always kind of my suggestion. People are like, oh, you should read for this many hours, or read for this amount of time. And I'm like, I think it's better just to read like a chapter or two a day, or 50 pages, whatever's first. At least that's kind of my ideal and recommended situation for you. But yeah, I'm gonna, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna keep driving, put in some address locations, and go get some dinner. I haven't really eaten anything today, so I've had both Fruit Loops. Yeah, Fruit Loops at 29. I know, crazy, right? I had Fruit Loops, I had a protein bar, I had another protein bar, and I had another protein bar. Oh, I had a banana too. And that's been my food today. Because yesterday I had 2 double doubles at In-N-Out with fries and a milkshake. So yeah. Like, this is what I found works best for me. If I do things like that, like I have one day where I indulge and then I'm getting food tonight. Maybe it'll be steak. I don't know. But I think it should be good. It should be nice and good. I was also thinking while I was reading though. Sometimes when I stopped, like to just kind of like look out at the nature and like just be in the silence for a second, I was like, there's some people in the parking lot that I was with as well too, and I was like, it'd be nice to kind of, I don't know, have somebody else to share the experience with me, like if she has her own book or something like that, and she comes along and like she's reading next to me or whatever it may be, and we just like read all day or something like that. Like, that'd be pretty neat. Like, and this is something that I've had to work on myself, is just sharing the experience with somebody, not having to fill the void with speech. I just know that when I'm with other people, I always want to hear their stories and kind of like just have a good time. There's also a balance of being able to just be like, yeah, I don't know if this one has photos. Berkshire, does it? It does. Hold on. I'm gonna look at one more place. Let's look at this one. There's another house. I know it's probably me slowing myself down, but snow or mud. This one looks a little bit nicer. I think it's a little bit more. Ooh, that one's different. How much is it? Oh, $2 million for this one. Sounds about right. It's a nice one though. So that's out of the budget right now. That one is out of the budget right now. All right. Cool. What a cool little place though. All right. Now, see, my car does this thing where I have to turn it off, turn it back on. If I open the door, there's like some like weird, maybe it's not even a weird, it's like a mechanical thing, or not a mechanical, an electrical thing, where like I open the door and it thinks that the keys left the vehicle, and then it doesn't like stop beeping at me. So I turn the car off, then turn it back on. I know it's whatever. I like my car, so I don't really mind. But yeah, read books. Oh, yeah, having somebody to share your space with, or just like share your days with, whatever it is. And there was a girl that I was talking with a bit beforehand. Like the last text message that I got from her when I asked if she wanted to like step away from work and go on a walk, she's like, I just want to spend some time alone and whatnot right now. And I was like, all right, like I hear you, like I get it. I asked her out a couple of different times too, and she didn't directly say no, but it was like I could tell that there just wasn't, the spark wasn't there in the same way that it was, I guess, in the beginning, which is fine because she was a lot more quiet than what I was used to, so that was slightly different for me. I'm just used to girls like just yapping my ear off. I enjoy it. It's not always just girls, it's like really men do it as well too. Men and women, just like, I'm just somebody that usually is kind of like a sounding board for people, which I thoroughly enjoy. I took off a lot of time, and I know this is probably beyond the scope of this video right now, but this is what I seem to be getting compelled to talk about. I kind of stopped being that sounding board for people, and I went recluse, and it was quite miserable. So I'm like, I like being able to share the experience with other people, even if like the experiences that we have are all inherently special to ourselves, and we can never know whether or not there is actually another person that we are communicating with other than ourselves. And this applies to even like you watching my video. Like, for all you know, I could just be a figment of your imagination as much as you're a figment of my imagination. You could be like, that's crazy to say, and it's just like, but we have no way of knowing what's going on in anybody else's head. Like, it's just not possible. It's just physically impossible for me to know the thoughts that you're thinking. Obviously, yeah, we can like transmute these thoughts, but who's to say that that's just not my thought being had? Because like, the one is the all. Like, that's just how it is. The one is the all. There is no, like, that's just, the one is the all. Like, the all are one. And it took me some time to understand that, but that's also something that I've come to realize. I'm like, everybody's just one. There's one universal consciousness. There's not these multiple different tiers and things like that. And maybe something will change my mind later. But as of right now, like, that's what I have noticed to be the belief that I hold. So maybe it'll change, maybe it won't. I don't know. All I can say is that is what I've come to know. And it's why, like, all the books that I write, like, they're written by me. Not like me, but like me, you know? Just as much as they're written by you. It's kind of a trip. So like, you gotta find these different books and these different people that are like more along your frequency, more along your vibration, more along your point of view, and hang around those people a bit more. You might see some magical things that can come out of it, which I think would be pretty neat. I also really do enjoy having like these days by myself though, and that's where I'm kind of torn with having like I did want to bring somebody with me today, but I was also like, I just kind of wanted to not bring somebody with me. Like, I would have wanted somebody to be with me, but like in the silence with me, if that makes sense. And like, now I talk to them or whatever it may be, but it's also, I don't talk like this a lot of the times with other people. Why I feel more comfortable sharing it with you, I don't know, but I just do. And it's interesting for me because maybe this is the one time where I feel like I can just talk and talk and talk, and whoever needs to hear or wants to listen can listen. Whereas like when I'm with other people, I'm like me just talking and talking and talking. I don't know, I can't seem to do it. Or maybe it's not that I can't seem to do it, I choose not to do it, I guess I should say. Because I'm like, I know the things that I know, basically. And this is my way of kind of sharing that with others, like with you basically. And then when I'm with other people, I'm like, I want to learn about their experiences, I want to learn about their stories, I want to learn about their perspective of the world. And then I come back and I kind of like reintegrate and I share those things with you. And that's why I recommend reading the book and like maybe going out on a little adventure, like sitting in the woods for a little while. Just kind of like, there's my porch too. Or just being around somewhere where it's like, you just kind of get a little bit of a different perspective. You know? Probably going to be late to dinner too. I don't think it's going to take me, I think it's probably going to be like 25, maybe 30 minutes from here. I don't know, actually it might just be right on time. Their place was a little closer than my place is. I also do think I might have found like a new place to live. It's just a matter of whether or not, and this is where I'm like torn because it's like, it's such a nice place. Like I really enjoy the place. It doesn't save me much money, like it saves me like $200 a month or something like that. Which I mean, isn't the most amount, but that also like accumulates to what, $2,400 annually? But then there's another place that could save me like $800 a month, which I mean that would accumulate to $9,600 annually that is saving me. So I mean those numbers obviously like, you get 22 or 96, you get a, what is that, $74,000 increase. But it's also like with what I'm doing right now and my job, and hopefully like the guy that I'm going to move in with as well too, like him and I have some ideas that we want to kind of like work on or work through, whatever it may be. It could be another additional source of income, so it's like that's not too bad. And the apartment's quite nice. There's a townhouse that could have also worked or may also work for us. We didn't tour that one because it was on a Saturday. So I don't know. I really have no idea, dude. It's like I spent all of my money, but it's also like in one single paycheck I made $14,000 off of a single paycheck. That's not even including the base pay. That was just like the commission side of things. So I'm like, if I did that 3 times throughout the year, and this is net, not gross, by the way. If I did that total of 4 times, like if I was able to get around 14,000 take home each quarter, I times that by 4. 24, I'm at 48 grand right there, and then like that's just savings, which I mean that's great. On top of that, I could technically have an additional 72. That's what I was saying. If I went with the cheaper place, so I mean 48, and this is obviously, let's just say 40 for lower numbers for sakes. So I mean you have 40,000 plus an additional 7, so that's like a $47,000 in additional income per year, because it's like the $14K bonus. I don't know if that's going to happen every single quarter. It could also be a lot higher as well too. I'm also kind of like, I know there's multiple other ways for me to make more than that as well, so I'm kind of like, directions. I'm kind of, oh, maybe we'll have time. Oh, I'll make it right on time. That is perfect. Share. And then I'll do this. We'll do share ETA with Emily. Yeah. So we shall see. That's actually perfect timing, dude. I'm gonna be a minute early, basically. But yeah. It's 47. Or if I take off the 7 and I just do, it's like 42 grand in a year or something like that. I mean, it changes some things, but it's like, what am I doing with my money anyways? I don't know. Do I want to buy a house? Do I not want to buy a house? Like, I don't have a girlfriend, so it's like I don't have the kids. Like, the things that I do, I mean, maybe buy some toys or whatever it is. go have some different experiences. I don't know. Yeah, I can shoot that. I know, the other guy shouldn't have braked. The other car should have sped up. Like, that's just ridiculous. Sorry, people don't know how to merge sometimes. And it just kind of infuriates me a little bit. But yeah, I mean, the place that we looked at, I was like, this is nice, this is in a different part of town. Sometimes changing the environment can be the best way to kind of progress forward. I have also just kind of been enjoying my apartment because I've been through a fuck ton in that apartment. But maybe that's the reason for it. It's like, alright, time to let it go. I don't know. I'm kind of waiting for the roommate to kind of get back to me because it's a 3-bedroom. We only technically need 2, but I'm like, if we have one for an office or something like that, that would be ideal, so I don't have to be like in the living room always doing my work. I don't know. We'll figure it out, but for the time being, I may just sign another year lease for my apartment, and then if I have to cancel it halfway through, maybe I'll just cancel it halfway through. I don't like doing that, but my lease is up on September 15th. At least that's what they put it as, so I thought it was going to be September 1st, but apparently it's the 15th. Oh, this moving's such a pain, dude. It's like, I know I like it's good for me to live on my own. It's also like, it could be better for me to live with someone else as well. A little change in, I don't know, perspectives and things like that. Especially if I want to live with a woman eventually one day, which is kind of my plan. Not even kind of my plan, it is my plan. It might be good to try and have roommates again. I know just all my other roommate experiences have not been the most pleasant in a sense, and I know the reason. Like, I mean, it was me. 90% of the time it was me. Go. Someone's landing. I don't know if you can see it. It's a paraglider. Just landing right there. Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive stuff. See? And they just landed right there. Pretty neat. Pretty neat stuff. Alright. I'm gonna continue my drive and think about some stuff as well too. But I appreciate you listening.